Good day everyone. I'm here again for another video lesson in General Biology 1. Our topic for today is about cell structure and function. Specifically, we will describe the structure and function of major and subcellular organelles. Are you ready? Let's go back to the definition of a cell. Cell is the basic unit of life. As you can see in the picture, it comes in various shapes and sizes. This slide shows the general parts of the cell. We have the cell membrane, the cytoplasm, and the nucleus or nucleus. The cell membrane is the outer covering of the cell. It is made up of phospholipid bilayer. The cytoplasm is a region where metabolic processes happen. This is where the other organelles flow. And the nucleoid or nucleus, which serve as the control center of the cell. It also contains the genetic material. This slide shows the other parts of the cell. Try to look into the picture in detail and name some structures that you see. I will give you 1 minute to look at the picture. Let's try to discuss the different structures of the cell. First, we have the cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm is the region between the cell membrane and the nucleus. This is also the region where we can see many cell organelles. It is semi-fluid in nature. This is the nucleus of the cell. As you can see, it is surrounded by a membrane known as the nuclear membrane. It is also filled with a fluid known as the nucleoplasm, and we have the tiny nucleus at the center, which is known as the nucleolus. The nucleus contains the chromatin or the genetic material. So in this slide, we can see a bigger picture of the nucleus and the nucleolus. We have a very visible nuclear membrane, and this nuclear membrane has holes known as the nuclear pores. And here is the nucleolus, and we have also the chromatin material. The next part of the cell is the cell membrane. The cell membrane surrounds every individual cell. The cell membrane is made up of protein layer and lipid layer known as phospholipid bilayer. The cell membrane is semi-permeable or selectively permeable, meaning it does not allow all substances to get into the cell. Next, we have the mitochondria. The mitochondria is also known as the powerhouse of the cell or the energy-giving part of the cell. It produces cellular energy in the form of ATP through the process called cellular respiration. So according to this structure, we can see that the mitochondria is protected by layers. So it has folds or interspaces known as the cristae and the matrix. We also have ribosomes, which are commonly located within the cytoplasm. The ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. They also serve as a link between amino acids to form proteins. We have the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum serves as the messenger or transport system within the cell. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. We have the rough endoplasmic reticulum or RER and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum or the SER. In this picture, we can see the difference between the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum has attached ribosomes. The function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum is for protein synthesis, while the smooth endoplasmic reticulum do not have attached ribosome. The function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, since they contain enzymes, they function in lipid synthesis. In this slide, we can see that the endoplasmic reticulum are directly attached to the nucleus of the cell. Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies. These organelles were discovered by Camillo Golgi or Golgi. They are flattened stacks of membranes that collects, modifies, and packages material to be used in other parts of the cell. Lysosomes acts as digestive system of the cell. They contain special enzymes as catalysts for digestion of materials within the cell. They are sometimes referred to as the suicide bag of the cell. Vacuole, a large space occupying the plant cell that stores water, minerals, and some waste products waiting to be eliminated. The diagram shows the difference in size of vacuole in plant and animal cell. There is a bigger vacuole in plant cell compared to the vacuole in animal cell. Centrioles are organelles found in animal cells only. They are very useful during cell division, especially in the movement and separation of chromosomes. I have here a picture of a typical animal cell. Can you name the structures that you see? Can you draw an example of animal cell in your own paper? Try to label the parts of your drawing. This will be submitted next meeting. This is also a picture of a plant cell. Try to look closely to the picture. Same as what you did in animal cell, try to identify the parts of the plant cell, make a drawing in your own paper, and try to label the parts. Same to be submitted next meeting. This is an enlarged picture of a plant cell. Can you identify the structure that you see? So we have the peroxisome, we have the mitochondrion, we have the nucleus, we have the ribosomes, we have the central vacuole, we have the plasma membrane, we have the cell wall, and the chloroplast. So here there are some structures that are only found in plant cell but not in animal cell, like the peroxisome, the cell wall, and the chloroplast. This is an enlarged picture of the chloroplast. The chloroplast is the region in the plant cell where we can see the chlorophyll that is responsible for photosynthesis. Here is a table comparing plant cell from animal cell. Let's try to read them one by one. For plant cell, take note that they have plastids in the chloroplast. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose. They have large central vacuole. They store excess glucose as starch. They have plasmodesmata. They do not have centrioles. They do not have cholesterol in cell membrane. And generally, they have fixed or regular shape because of the presence of the cell wall. For animal cell, take note that they do not have plastids. They do not have cell wall. They have small vacuoles. They store excess glucose in the form of glycogen. They do not have plasmodesmata. They have centrioles. They have cholesterol in their cell membrane. And generally, they have an amorphous shape. Now, let's see whether you can answer the following questions. 1. What part of the cell regulates the entry and exit of substances? 2. What controls all the activities of the cell? 3. What is the basic difference of plant and animal cell? And number 4, how would you manage your company relating it to the function of the nucleus? I will give you 2 minutes to write your answers. You can send me your answers through my Gmail account at lenlincorreo@gmail.com. You can even send me the pictures of your plant and animal cell. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening.